Hello, Khoi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
Khoi.
Khoi. Yeah, good evening. How are
How are
you?
you today? I'm fine. I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine too.
Okay, what makes you fine?
Uh, I don't know, but today good day and I feel fine.
Okay, that's right. Okay, since today is a weekend, right? And what did you do for the whole day?
I think I learn English. I repair my bicycle.
Okay, why? It was broken?
Not really because it's not smooth when run.
Driving.
Yes, when
When you
driving.
drive that, it's not smooth. Okay, so that's why you repair that one. You were the one repaired it?
My dad take me to repair the
Oh,
car,
really?
repair the
So
bike.
you're a repairman at this point in time. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so that's also what we called a gift. Okay, that you can be able to know how to repair, right?
Yes.
See? Okay, so you have so many talents, Koi. You know how to repair, you're good in English, you're good in everything. So you have to keep that up. You have to continue doing all of the things that made you um, good. Okay? Okay? So let's continue our lesson today. Are you ready, Koi?
Ready.
Yes, but of course, let's have a review first before we have to proceed with our lesson. So let's try to review the last time that we had able to discuss. It's all about the use of the make and the cause. Why? Because mostly of the IELTS candidates often confuse the use of make and cause. Okay? Now, as a review, what do you think would be the difference between the two? When do we use the cause and when do we use the make?
Cause to make something happen and make it makes somebody something happen sounds are difficult.
Okay, and we should have to remember the structure. If we are going to use the word make as our verb, okay, what would be the structure that we need to understand? What if making make? So what
Make
do you think would be the structure that we are going to use?
a structure about make we make somebody or something plus adjective and about cause is called
Okay. So after the verb is make, after the verb would be, it's either a noun or a pronoun plus an adjective. Okay? And that would be make.
yes.
But if we're talking about cause, it could be a noun or an adjective plus a noun. Okay, so that is how we are going to use make and cause. Just like, for example, in our sentence number one, again, what do you think would be the correct one? Traffic jams cause or makes mags in dozens of cities across both the developed and developing world. Again, so what is our correct answer in here?
Mm, cause.
It's the cause. Yes, so you are correct. So in making this one or in understanding this one, understanding the structure, cause, which is a verb, following after that would be smag is what?
A noun.
Okay, okay, it's a noun. So following after the cause would be a noun, but sometimes it could also be an adjective, but plus a noun. So just like for example in here, verb plus a noun plus another noun, dozens. So smeg is a noun. Dozens also is a noun. So that is cause. And the second one obviously would be
Make.
make. Okay? Why is it make?
Um, may plus somebody or something plus adjective.
Okay. So make, and then after the word make, which is the verb, we have a noun, which is people, and following after the noun is an adjective, angry. Okay? So that makes make. So why do we need to use make? Because our subject, what's the subject? Traffic jams make people angry. So there would be an S in here. So meaning this one is in plural form, right?
Yes.
Okay, so therefore we have to take the verb doesn't have the S.
By force.
Okay? Yes. And then, of course, the cause without an S. But sometimes you should have to remember that if ever, if ever cause, or if we were going to use make and cause, it can also be used in the past. Okay? This one is in the present, cause and make. This one is in the simple present tense, but sometimes we can use this one also in the simple past form of the verb. So how are we going to do that? Of course, we just have to add only D at the end. Okay? And of course, the make is an irregular verb, so therefore we have to say made. Am I right? Because
Yes.
make is under the present tense. Okay? So that is how we are going to use make and cause. Do you have any questions with this?
No question.
Yes. Following after this activity or lesson, we're going to have an activity after. But before that, allow me first to have again a tongue twister drills first, Koi. Why? Because part of our objective is to develop your enunciation and pronunciation. So therefore, every now and then, every time that we have a lesson, we're going to tackle a tongue twister. Let's practice our tongue, okay? So that you can be able to enunciate the words. Okay? Okay. So listen to the way I'm going to pronounce the following words. A big bag beat the little. Okay, sometimes we pronounce this one little, but most of the time they pronounce this as lil.
Either. Yes.
Lil. Actually, it's lil.
Either.
Okay, not little, but it's a lil. So a big back beat, the lil beat beetle. This one is a beetle because this one is pronounced as B. Okay, it's hard. It be I. So beetle, but the lil beetle beat the big bag back. Okay, again, a big back beat the lil beetle, but the lil beetle beat the big back back. Okay, okay,
Okay.
it's your turn, Koi.
A big bird beat little beetle bird. The little beetle beat the big bird back.
Okay. I want you to emphasize bag.
Back.
Okay. So I can hear a monotone. So I want you to emphasize. I want you to use the the lesson that we had learned. And what is that? Is the stress. Okay. So a big bag beat the little beetle, but the little beetle beat the big bag back. Okay, so there would be a stressing. Okay, sometimes there would be a rising intonation, and sometimes there would be a falling intonation. Okay, okay. Would you kindly do it again? It's just only what is one? Not so fast. Okay, just read this one slowly but surely, but enunciate the words correctly. Okay, okay. Try again, Koi. Go.
A big bird. Wait. Again. A
Yes.
bird beat the little beetle bird, the little Peter pig, the big bird back.
Okay. Oh, it could be better right now, right? So we just start maybe with the softer and then the slower. And then if you already mastered this one, we can do the faster one. Okay? So, okay. So let's start all over again. Can you do it again? One more time. Go.
Um, a big bird, big, the
Okay.
little Peter. Okay, you go.
Okay, go. Okay, go.
Can you do it for
Ah,
me?
yeah, sure. A big bag, okay, a big bag beat the little beetle, but the little beetle beat the big bag back. Okay, so you can hear there a bug because when I heard you do this, I heard about back and back.
Yes.
Okay, so as if you pronounce the same back and back. So a big bag beat the little beetle, but the little beetle beat the big bag back. Okay, okay, go.
Hmm. A big bird. Wait. A big bird beat the little beetle bird. The little beetle beat the big pat pat.
Yes, see, okay, so a big bag beat the little beetle, but the little beetle beat the big bag back.
Okay.
Okay, go. Okay, this is what you're going to do. Maybe we just have to familiarize first maybe the three or four words. A big bag beat. Okay, can you do that? A big bag beat.
A big bird beat. Right.
Yes, a big bag beat. Go.
A big bird beat
That's correct. The little beetle.
the little beetle.
Okay, but the little beetle beat
But the little beetle beat
the big bug back.
the big bird park.
Okay, that's it. Okay, all together, go.
So can we skip this part because it's not included in IELTS?
It's not included?
No, it wasn't in IELTS.
Oh, actually, in speaking, Koi, that's why we need to do this one because I am going to what is one? I'm going to let you improve your speaking, your speaking skills, how you enunciate the words. That's why I have to include this one, okay? So that you can be able to practice your tongue. Okay? We have Koi. It's very important. Actually, I attended a seminar. I told you before, right? I attended a seminar about IELTS, and then they told me that in order for you to what is one to have a very good pronunciation, you should have to practice a lot of tongue twister. Okay, because that's in speaking. Okay, because sometimes you can be able to um what is encounter words like this in speaking. Am I right? Okay, the word little, beetle, okay, bug. So if you encounter that one in the speaking, maybe if you use that one in speaking, you can be able to pronounce them correctly. That's why we have to do that. Okay? Actually, there would be no tongue twister activity in an IELTS. But what we are going to do is to develop your enunciation skills. That's why we did this one. Okay? Okay, what about this one? It's a sick. S. Um, I don't know. I have to be very honest, Koy, okay? It's okay. I'm going to be very honest.
Yes,
I'm going
sure.
to tell you. I don't know if it's in Vietnam that you hardly pronounce the S.
Not really.
Really, because my students also hardly pronounce the S, especially if they you are going to use that in a sentence. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, six, sick, kick, sneak, six, lick, bricks, with picks and sticks.
Okay.
Go.
Six, hit, Nick, six, sleep, rich, with picks and sticks.
Oh, I can hear the S. Okay. So you're not hardly saying the S. Okay. Oh, one more time, Koi.
Six, hit, Nick, six,
Oh,
sleep,
you forgot to pronounce the S in here. Hicks again.
six,
Six, six, Hicks.
six, hits, Nick, six, sleep, rich, with picks and sticks.
Okay, that's good.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, what about this one? I guess we already had this one last time, right? Okay,
Yes.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said the batter is bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my batter bitter. Okay, go.
Better butter, pour some butter, but she said the butter bitter. If I put it in my butter, it will make my butter bitter.
That's right. Okay. Now, I want you to use that enunciation, okay, during your speaking activity, Koi, okay? Um, because sometimes you speak very very fast, that's why sometimes I couldn't understand, I couldn't catch up, okay, because you speak so very fast. So I want you to speak like this, because I can hear, I can hear the words correctly, and I could understand what you are saying. Okay. Okay, next. How many cookies could a good cook if a good cook, sorry, how many cookies could a good cook if a good cook could cook cookies? A good cook could cook as much as cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies. It's
Okay,
very
and
hard actually.
how many
Okay? It's the ooh, it's the what we are practicing in here is the ooh, the sound of the hard ooh. Okay?
cookies?
Okay, go.
I think you'll find with how many cookies could a good cook if a good cook cookies? A
Yes.
good cook at most cookies at a good cook who could good
Cook
cookies.
cookies. Okay, that's better. Okay?
Yes.
Actually, the it's hard to pronounce actually during the tongue twister drill. Okay, but the mere fact that we are doing this one, it's because we are doing the drill with our tongue. Okay, so that our tongue will be used to words like this. And if we encounter these words, especially in speaking, you know how to speak that already. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, our next activity for our formal lesson, Koi, is the use of the make and cause. Okay? So the instruction would be, can you read the instruction, Koi?
Complete this sentence by writing the correct form of course and or may in each gap.
Okay. In each gap.
In each gap.
Yes. So we have to use make or cause. But sometimes remember, we use that if we are talking about in the present tense. Okay? Then we have to remember also if we are how to use it in the past tense. Okay? Okay, number one, would you kindly read the sentence and answer?
The bark were the caught the accident yesterday.
So what do you think would be the correct answer?
Caught
Costs, cost without D or with ED?
with D.
With D. Sorry, with D only because the word cost ends with E. Okay, let's try. Okay. I'm going to present to you the answer later. Okay, next. What about number two?
The heavy traffic
Okay, the
made
heavy. Again, say the heavy.
the heavy traffic
Heavy. Again,
with heavy. Okay.
traffic.
The heavy traffic made it impossible to arrive work on time this morning.
Okay, so what do you think would be the correct answer?
make,
So the heavy traffic make it impossible to arrive at work on this morning. Okay, now let's try to explain why is it your answer in here is costs. Okay,
cost,
let's try to use the structure. Okay, verb, which is the costs,
yes,
plus accident. Do
accident,
you think accident is
a noun,
a noun? Okay, so let's try if that is correct. The number two, make,
make,
okay, and then after the word make is impassable. So when you say impassable,
adjective,
okay, and after that, to arrived. Of course, this one is a verb, but after that, worked, and that would be a noun. Okay, but take note if we are going to make the use, that means we are talking about something, right? Or
yes,
cause someone or something to become happy, to become sad, to become difficult. So in this particular sentence, it's impossible. So the word is impossible. If you try to compare that one, it's also difficult to arrive at work. Okay, if there would be heavy traffic. So let's try. Okay, your answer is make. Next, number three,
road
road
works,
works.
cause, caught a traffic jam last week,
Okay. So why is it costs? Is it past tense or present tense?
past simple,
Yes, because of
the signature,
last week. This one is yesterday. So this one is last week. Okay. So road works costs a traffic jam last week. Let's try. Number four.
driving made people tired,
Okay. Driving make people tired. Is it make or makes?
make is stressing simple tense.
Why make?
Because it's a general truth.
That.
What do you mean?
Okay. Why? Because of
Because driving
driving. And driving is
is a subject,
mm-hmm, driving.
is a noun.
Driving is also a verb.
Yes, I know. But in this sentence, is support as a subject.
Okay, because it is used as the
At the first
subject.
sentence, yes, subject.
Okay, let's try.
Easy, easy.
Okay, this one, the bad weather caused the accident yesterday. So we have here a signal word which is yesterday. So therefore, we have to use the costs. The heavy traffic makes it impossible to arrive at work. Why is it makes?
Because heavy traffic is a plural now.
Heavy
No,
traffic is a singular.
yes, singular.
Singular. Okay, so therefore we have to take a plural verb, right? Okay, road works costs. Okay, because last week driving makes people tired. Why? Because this one is of course it's a subject, right? So therefore is this one is the it's in singular. So we have to you make use of the makes, right?
Yes,
Okay. Now, again, if we are going to make and cause koi, we have to remember that sometimes we need to form it the simple past tense of this particular words. Okay?
yes.
It depends on the sentence. So, therefore, it's very, very important for you to understand if that sentence is under present tense or under in the present, or in the past. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Actually, this one is hard because sometimes if you don't have a signal word like this, it's hard for you to identify that. But if
Yes.
you have a signal words, it's easy for you to recognize. Okay? But in an IELTS exam, I don't know, huh? But I read some of the materials of the IELTS. Usually, they do not use signal words. Okay, but of course, different reviewers, different authors also. So I don't know in the real IELTS because I wasn't able to experience taking the IELTS. Okay, okay, but based on the reviewer. Okay, do you have questions with this?
No question.
No more. Okay, let's proceed. Now, IELTS candidates often use make when they should use cause. Okay? Find and correct the mistakes in three of these sentences. So one sentence is correct. Number one, do you think number one is correct?
Incorrect.
Why?
Call cause. Serious.
Okay. So this one is not make, but it's cause. Okay. Why is it cause?
Because it follow with a noun. Follow after with a noun.
Okay. Actually, if we are going to talk about, if we're going to go back to our rules, right? It could be, look at this one, serious. Verbs, which is cause, plus an adjective, plus a noun. So therefore, the correct one is cause. If we try to use the structure. Okay?
Okay.
Next, number two,
The number of vehicle increase.
vehicles. Again, the number of vehicles.
Vehicle.
Okay, again. Now, the stress is in vehicles,
Vehicle.
vehicles. Okay, the number of vehicles, again.
The number of vehicle is increasing, and this can make loss traffic congestion.
Okay, so what do you think? Is it correct?
Is wrong
Why?
because a loss of traffic congestion is clause of now, so we have to use cause.
So the number of vehicles is increasing, and this can make a lot of traffic congestion. It's not make. We try to understand that one. Um, it's situation, right? It's a situation wherein that cause that particular for particular happenings may be is happening during that time. So that is cause. So that is not make. Okay? Okay, next.
Pollution
Pollution makes cities unhealthy.
is correct.
Okay, so this one is the correct one. Next.
However, using flames may
Planes makes other
alter,
problems.
alter problem. Is incorrect
Why?
because we use cause not
So using planes makes other problems. It's a
cause.
problem.
Other problem is now clause, so we have to use causes.
Okay. So however, using planes causes other problems. Okay? Because if we try to look at the structure, again, the structure says that it should be it's either an adjective, a noun, adjective, or plus a noun. So problem is a noun. So therefore we have to say it's okay. So I guess it's very understandable now. Oh, you understood already how to use the cause and make, Koi? Do you have any questions with this? No
No
question at all. Okay, now this time, this one is a very important thing to understand. Okay, that's why we need to focus maybe with this particular activity. Okay, so as part of the writing, meaning you are going to write your answer. You're not going to speak your answer, but you're going to write your answer. Now, we're done already discussing about charts, graphs, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we do already understood how we are going to interpret the chart and graphs. Am I right, Koi?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the table below, this one is what we call the table. So what makes this one a table?
Um.
Because of this, because of the following informations. Okay?
Yeah.
And that makes a table because we can see in here tables. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So in the table below shows information about traveling to work in one US city. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Okay, actually, there would be guide questions in here, right, Kai? Would you kindly read the guide questions in here?
Yeah. Do people use for the longest journeys?
Do people use for the longest journeys?
Yes. Do people
Next.
use for the shortest journeys?
Again,
Journeys.
we have here words to remember. What are those?
Longest.
Longest and
Short.
shortest. And then after that,
Say the more lead time.
least time. Okay. Again, remember, we have here most, and the opposite of most is least. Longest, the opposite of that is shortest. Most, the opposite of that is the least. Meaning, you are going to state the most and you're going to state the least also. You're going to state the longest journey in your writing, and you're going to state also the shortest in your writing. And also, you're going to state the fastest
And
and
slow.
the slowest. Okay? Now, what are the things that we should have to remember in summarizing and understanding a particular table? Hoy, what are the elements that we should have to take note in writing a summary of a table?
Mm. Hmm.
There would be what?
Instruction.
Okay, there would be like for example, in table A, right? If there would sometimes tables can also be classified as table A, and there would be table B. Okay, it should be on the low on the left side would be this one, and on the upper part would be this one. So we have to remember the title. Okay? So
Okay.
let's say for example, in on the left side, on the left corner, we can see in here
Up
what are this? What do we call this one? These
top
are the
the vehicle.
okay. Now, these are the I hope you can still remember our lesson last time. It's all about interpreting a graph and charts. So in that particular lesson, we had mentioned about tables. So these are the
Um,
things that we need to understand. Okay? The key words that we should have to interpret is based on the following. So either the title, okay, or either the 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 what is one, the items on the left side or on the upper side, upper part, okay. And it's Actually, tables can be different. Okay, every tables can be different. Okay, that means anything you can report, anything you can make a table. But in this particular example, we need to consider these are all not only cars or vehicle, right? But
Yes.
we need to consider persons who are
Cycle.
maybe, oh yes, walking or cycling,
Yes.
okay? And then people who are riding a train
Or work.
or buses, right? So this one maybe is what we called public transportation, right? So
Yes.
persons who are using public transportation, and then person who are using cycling or walking, right? And then person that uses car more, which is more than one person. It's more than one. Okay, and then this one is a car of only one person. But we need to understand the um the important things above. These are the average distance per miles, the average time per minute, the average speed, that would be mph, minute per hour. Okay? So this one is minute per hour mph. Okay?
Okay.
So I want you to um, examine the table very carefully before you are going to answer, before you are going to interpret this one. Again, this one is in writing. That's why I want you to write this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
But I'm going
Yes.
to give you time to analyze, because in an exam, of course, in interpreting this kind of maybe question or graph, okay, or chart, you will be given most likely 20 minutes to do that. Okay?
Okay.
Because as we try to look at the questions in here, the guide questions in here, it's going to be long, because you need to compare it, the longest, the shortest, the most, the least, the fastest, and the slowest.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Again, in making that one, as if you are making an essay, that there would be an introduction, there would also be the body, and there would also be the conclusion. Okay, Koi? Can you do it now?
Oh my God.
Oh, I can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Why? Just while ago you, but I cannot see you now. Hello, Koi?
I think there's some problem with.
Something wrong?
Yeah.
But I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Only your camera. I
Yes.
couldn't I couldn't see you.
Ah, can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you.
I think I switch on again.
Okay. Actually, I can hear you, but I cannot see you, Koi.
Yeah, I think I switch on the call again so I can order to turn on my camera. Is that okay?
Okay, so you're going to rejoin?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it's okay. You can
Ah, okay.
leave and then join again, okay?
Yes.
Okay.